Alright guys, Algebra 2, lesson 23.4. Listen, that last one, I know, that was kind of shabby. So I kind of kicked this one up a notch, okay? I think this will go off better, I hope so anyway. Alright, well, we're going to spend 2 days, this is the second day, on finding the exact values of a trig function, okay? Alright, I got your quadrant 1 up here, okay, with all those goodies that you need. And I also have the formulas over here for finding the reference angle and also the quadrants and the sines in those quadrants, okay? All right, the first one I want to start off with, how about if we do the cosine of 225? So I'm going to go cosine of 225, all right? This is going to be problem 1. All right, I want to find the exact value of that. Okay, first thing I want you to do, why don't we graph where it would go? So you remember your initial side is right here. All right, if I spin to here, that'd be 180. So 225 is going to land in here. Draw a little arrow. All right, so your 225 degrees is going to land in quadrant 3. Quadrant 3's formula says take your theta and subtract 180. So the first thing you're going to do, because 225, look, this is 90, this is 180, this is 270, your 225 positive is going to land in quadrant 3, you're going to use this formula. So you're going to go 225 degrees minus 180, and that's going to give you the reference angle, okay? All right, 225 minus 180, I already heard someone say it. Someone said 45 degrees, beautiful. All right, and then what you're going to do is go over to your quadrant 1 unit circle to 45 degrees. The first number is cosine, the second number is sine, but they're the same. You want cosine, so circle the first one, okay? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write the square root of 2 over 2 down, but it's either going to be positive like it is, or we might change the sign, okay, to negative. Well, where did your angle land? It landed right here in quadrant 3, which is a negative negative. So then you make this negative square root of 2 over 2. Okay? I think it's a lot better than video 22.4. And hopefully that is making sense. We're cool? Okay, so let's do one that's radians. Okay? Let's do one with radians. All right? How about if we do, let's see, the sine of 4 pi over 3. Okay, so let me erase all of this. All right, this is going to be example 2 right here. All right, you want the sine, all right, of 4 pi over 3. All right, this is example 2. First thing I would do is get rid of that radians, and let's do this in terms of degrees, okay? So, do you remember the formula for changing the radians to degrees? So, I'm going to do it over here, I guess. So, 4 pi over 3, to get the pi's to cancel, you know it's got to be down here, and you're going to multiply by 180 over pi, okay? You're going to drop your pi action. You can divide 3 into 180, which is 60, and then 60 times 4 is 240 degrees. All right, stay with me. So, we're actually looking for the sine of 4 pi over 3 is the same thing as the sine of 240 degrees. I know 270 is here, so your 240 is going to be here. All right, again, we're in quadrant 3. All right, I picked another quadrant 3, but that's okay. All right, so now you grab the theta minus 180. You go to 240 minus the 180. You subtract that, you get 60 degrees. All right, you're going to refer back to quadrant 1. This is the reference angle, and when you refer back to quadrant 1, 60 degrees, I'm looking for sine, which is the second number, okay? So it's either going to be square root of 3 over 2 or negative square root of 3 over 2, but since you landed in quadrant 3, both signs are negative, you put a negative there, okay? All right, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. We're okay? All right, so let's do one more. Why don't we do, yeah, I got one. Last one, let's do secant of 300. I I like this a lot. The secant of 300. All right, here we go. I'll call this one number 3. Secant of 300 degrees. All right, it's time to spin right round, baby. Okay, here we go. I want to spin to 300. So look, 180, 270. So 300 is going to land in here. All right, there's your 300 degree angle. All right, that is quadrant 4. So quadrant 4 says take 360 minus your 300. You get 60. Your reference angle is going to be the 60 degrees. Okay? All right, so here we go. We're looking at 60 degrees right here. All right, now before I get too hyper, right, we're looking at the secant for the reference angle of 60. Okay? Do you guys remember what secant is? Okay, good. Secant of theta is 1 over cosine of theta. So in English, you're going to focus on the cosine, which is the first value, and you're going to do the reciprocal of it. So you're going to go, okay, 1 over 1/2, and when you divide, you'll get dose. Okay? So the secant of 300 is going to be dose. Now before I get too hyper, do I keep that positive 2? Because remember, I landed in quadrant 4. Do I keep that positive 2, or do I change the sign? Well, guess what? The cosine in quadrant 4 is positive, so you just leave it as 2. Okay, that was much better than the last video. I must apologize. All right, guys. Hey, please take it easy. All right, and wash your hands.